Now what I'm going to make now is another stewed chicken dish. It's popular, it's good, it's easy. Chicken legs, okra, cannellini beans. They didn't have the navy beans, so I want white to offset because there's going to be a tomatoey color. Garlic, green pepper, mushrooms of your choice, celery and onions, and some dry basil. So let me cut up the chicken. This is like everything in one pot, no big deal, easy to do. Just gonna put a drop of oil in there, that's it. Because I'm putting the skin down with no flour. We'll just brown this up just a little bit. Then we'll take it out. Here's the vegetables. Put everything back in here with the tomato and the beans. Let it simmer. And then when the chicken is done, remove the chicken and let the beans cook until they're tender. So now, moderate flame, no, it's a high flame. Yeah, leave it high. Let's get done quick here. Brown it on both sides a little bit, and then we'll add the rest. Simple. And of course, we have to season this chicken. You don't want to forget doing that. So we use the salt pepper mix with an excellent salt, sea salt, which is, as you can see, not very white, and that's a good sign. Rest of the process. When it turns over, I'll season the other side. Don't forget the basil. We'll put that in now. Doesn't matter if it goes in like that. When it starts cooking with the tomato and everything, you see how it moves around. And the chicken is good enough like this. Since it's not floured, it's not going to brown the same. You just wanted to cook it up a little. So remove it. If there's any skin in the skillet, you just take it out. That's a sweet smelling dry basil from a store that only sells dry herbs, so it hasn't been sitting around a long time. And now we'll add all the vegetables. Let this cook down for a few minutes, and it will shrink. Try not to throw it all over the stove like I'm doing. This is a 6 or an 8 quart skillet. You just sweat this up for about 10 minutes. Don't knock the camera over, thank you. And then anything on the stove, I will pick up and add to this. Doesn't have to color, you just sweat it up good. You can use white wine if you want also. This time I'm not using any. Why not? I don't think I have any. So we got plenty of flavor here. And if you cover it, it will get done faster. Keep the steam down in there and cook much quicker. Okay, at this point, see, notice how it shrunk? It's all vegetables. That's enough of the sweating. Now we'll throw in the beans. And then the chicken. The tomato, and this is my tomato sauce that I make, so you can either look at my recipes for tomato sauce or your own tomato sauce. And along with that, a half a quart of water, and not chicken stock, because you're going to get the chicken flavor from the legs that's in there. And once the chicken is done, we'll remove it, and that should take about 45 minutes or so, since we did have it in there for quite some time. As long as the liquid is covering everything down there, that's just fine. I'll be back in 45 minutes. Well, it's 45 minutes. Now we're going to remove the chicken, add a little more liquid, wait for the beans to finish cooking, and then have a nice chicken stew or bean stew with chicken. Either way, it's going to work. So you don't want to have any beans stuck to the chicken and later bite into it and break a tooth. So be careful. Now we're going to add a little bit of liquid to this. Just cover it, and then we'll put a little seasoning in there. Let it simmer. That looks good now. It's going to taste good later. Just put a little salt in there now. And if we have to, if it's too thin, we're just going to put a little cornstarch water to thicken it up. Not a roux, because we want to keep this beautiful color. It's been a couple of hours. It took a long time for those beans to cook. Could have something to do with the fact that's in a little acidic mix there. So we now put the chicken back in. Let this heat up. And then we're going to put this in a casserole dish. Let's see how nice it looks. The consistency of everything here is good. I'm not going to thicken it, and I'm not going to break the beans up to thicken it either. Just allow that to get hot. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper, and I'm going to put in there some sriracha hot chili sauce. This really finishes up the spiciness of it. Now I might have to call this beans with chicken, since there's probably more beans than chicken. And we'll see after we put it in the casserole how it looks. A few more minutes just to get the chicken hot. Now we'll just transfer this into a nice you get a better idea how much this is now. And we could top this off with some scallions, chopped parsley. You could even put some cheese over this. Now I would say that's good with 4 people. I'm going to cook up some rice to go with this. It's a little bit spicy, but it has a nice flavor. I like the tomatoes with it. On a cold day, just fills you up good. Enjoy.